Hi, welcome back to my channel. Thank you for watching and for subscribing. And if you're just visiting, please consider subscribing. So at the end of each year, ever since I started my channel, I have always done this short series of wrap-up videos where I talk about the best and sometimes the worst fragrances of the year, best discoveries, best blind buys, most worn. I do wish list update, etc. So there are around, 4 or 5 videos. And that's what I'm going to do this year as well. I'm going to share with you my best blind buys, my worst blind buys, most worn fragrances of 2023, best discoveries of this year, and I think I will do a wish list update as well. So today is the first one in this series, and I'm going to start with my best blind buys. Now, very interesting fact. This list is quite short. And that is because I didn't do a lot of blind buying this year. I mean, as you already know, in general, my purchasing has decreased quite significantly, especially in the second half of this year. But in addition to that, I've really decreased the number of blind buys that I do just because I'm tired of not guessing correctly, and then I get a fragrance that I don't like. What do I do with it? You know what I mean? Like, I try to sell it, but it's hard to sell these days, especially in Canada, where we don't have platforms like Mercari, anything like that. And then, anyways, it's just challenging. It's a headache. You lose money on this. So I really have been trying to stay away from blind buying. I'm really trying to sample fragrances first before I purchase. But let's be honest, blind buys still happen. And so today I want to share with you my absolute best blind buys of this year. Let's start with probably one of the biggest surprises and shockers of this year. That is Maday from Mamo. When I first heard about this fragrance, I paid absolutely no attention to it. When you look at the notes, it's all about jasmine. Jasmine that, jasmine this, jasmine all over the place. And jasmine is one of the floral notes that I typically don't like. So I just kind of moved on. And then I started hearing things about this fragrance from other people on YouTube and Instagram. They were saying how amazing this fragrance is, how it has nothing to do with jasmine. And so I started investigating and I started paying closer attention. And finally I decided, okay, I'm just going to go for it and I'm going to blind buy. And I am so happy that I did. Such a beautiful fragrance that truly has nothing to do with jasmine. Like, for me, I don't get jasmine at all. Like, if I didn't see the notes, I would never guess that jasmine was even a player here. Like, this fragrance is not floral to me at all. This is fruity. This is about a peach, a beautiful, juicy, meaty peach. And it's like all parts of the peach are playing a role in here, like it's very meaty and it's very juicy, and you have the pit of the peach. Like everything is playing a role in here. It's this fuzzy, delicious, extremely juicy peach. It has a certain fluffy quality to it. It's sweet. It's a little bit musky, delicious, absolutely delicious, intoxicating. But at the same time, this fragrance, although it has sweetness, it's not overly sweet. It's not, I don't think I would call this fragrance gourmand. This is really a fruity, to me it's a fruity, maybe musky, slightly floral, but really florals are very much in the background for me. Mostly it's a delicious fruity scent, really. So good. If anyone is thinking about this fragrance, if anyone is looking at the notes and you're not a fan of jasmine or floral notes in general, ignore the notes, like completely ignore the notes. To me, the notes have nothing to do with this. I think there are also, I should mention, there are a lot of spices in here. There's like turmeric or something. So it has, it's a warm scent. It has warmth to it, which is what I think spices are bringing in. Like, I'm not getting spices per se, but I'm getting some warmth in this scent. So anyways, gorgeous, amazing. Definitely one of the biggest surprises of this year. Next one is my first blind buy, or it was blind present for being specific. This is the fragrance that I got myself as a present for the holidays last year, but I'm counting it as this year because really I only opened it at the very end of the year. So this is counting for this year, and that is Mandarina Corsica from L'Artisan Parfumier. In general, you know, I have tried to find scents in this house that I like, because this is kind of one of the OG niche houses in my mind, you know. I've tried several, I've had several, and I could never get along with fragrances from this house. Yeah, we just weren't connecting. And then I found out about this fragrance, and I don't know, there's something that pulled me in the direction of this fragrance, and I decided to risk it and get it. And wow. Last winter, I've worn it so much. And then I've worn it throughout the year as well. This is an all year round fragrance. It is about mandarin orange, and it has such beautiful sweetness and kind of bakery vibe added to it. It's intoxicating. It's amazing. It's so beautiful. It lasts. It projects. It leaves a sillage. It's just out of this world gorgeous. It's fruity and gourmand kind of at the same time. It just has so many elements to it. They're playing together just in the most amazing, sophisticated way, you know? Like, if we're calling this fragrance fruity, it's very sophisticated fruity fragrance in my opinion. Anyways, it's absolutely gorgeous, amazing. One of my favorite purchases of last year, Mandarina Corsica from L'Artisan Parfumier, finally connected me to this house. Next, let's talk about another amazing peach scent. I guess I had a good luck with peach fragrances this year, and that is Bon Bon Pop from the House of Oud. First of all, the bottle, stunning. I think it is whimsical and stunning. And the scent, wow. This is a truly gourmand peach scent. It has so much sweetness. I feel like there is caramel and brown sugar and I don't know what else. It's like gooey and delicious and sweet. It's not just peach, but like I said, it has caramel or maybe something else, mixed with it or drizzled on top of it. It is so gorgeous. Oh, it's punchy, it's delicious, it's sweet, and it is very sweet, but again, it's not very overpowering. I can honestly wear this scent, and I have worn this scent during warm weather, and obviously it works beautifully during cold weather. So it's a year-round scent for me, but I'm so glad that I risked and got this one, and I kind of knew I needed it as soon as I found out that it was being released. Like, the notes and everything just sounded absolutely amazing, and this was such a good blind buy. The fragrance is absolutely stunning. For those of you that enjoy gourmand scents, I don't see how you might not like this one. Like, I just think it's absolutely incredible. Next on my list of best blind buys of this year is a very inexpensive fragrance, and that is Camera from Latafa. I am very, very impressed with this fragrance. It is stunning. It's fruity and sweet and boozy and spicy and a little bit woody and creamy. Amazing. Amazing. Not a dupe for Angel's Share. Please don't think that this is a dupe for Angel's Share just because of the bottle or because you've heard some other people say it. I mean, I get it. We all have different noses, and I'm sure to some it seems like a dupe. To me, it is not a dupe. It's a standalone fragrance. Absolutely beautiful. If you want to go more in kind of more punchy, more fruity direction, still have, you know, the booziness and the sweetness and the woodiness that Angel Share has. Yes, this one has it as well, but it's going in a much fruitier direction, which makes it quite different in my mind. Beautiful scent. This is a scent that both my husband and I use. I think I even use it more than him. I enjoy it a lot. And ever since I got it, I've used it. And he has used it, and we enjoy it so much. One of the riskiest blind buys of this year for me was this fragrance. Liquid or Gold from Liquid Imaginaires. I don't know why I decided to buy it. It was definitely very, very risky because, you know, there were very few reviews at the time that I ordered it, and the notes were kind of a little bit all over the place. But I don't know, something in me pulled me towards this fragrance, and I'm so glad that I listened to my gut in this case, because it's a special fragrance. It's a unique fragrance. It definitely stands out in my collection. It doesn't remind me of anything else. It's very, very different. It's a fragrance that's completely difficult to describe. You know, the bottle, the name, they're just perfect. They're perfect for the scent. Gold is how I would describe it. Liquid gold. That's what this fragrance makes me think of. That's how it makes me feel, like I'm smelling, or I don't know, like it's liquid gold. You know, when I say I'm smelling liquid gold, it sounds strange, but it makes me think of liquid gold. You know, there is a lot of orange and saffron in the opening, but saffron is done so beautifully. It's not too much because I'm not a huge fan of saffron. Here, it just adds a really nice kick to it. And then there are some solar notes, there's some floral notes, I think there's some sweet notes. I don't know, like it becomes like a ray of sunshine, like liquid gold, like it's sunny and a little bit spicy and a little bit edgy. And it has a little bit of citrusy nature to it. It's very interesting, very unique, very challenging to describe, because this fragrance is more of a feeling, more of an experience than an actual scent that you can put into words, if that makes sense. Anyways, for me, it's an experience, the scent, more than anything else. So I know this was limited edition. I don't know if this is still available anywhere, but if you're interested in anything, you know, unique and different and special, sample this one. I would not recommend blind buying it. This is definitely not everyone's cup of tea. It's a unique scent, but if you have an opportunity to sample it, I would definitely do that. Now, I've talked about next fragrance recently, so I'm not going to spend too much time on it, but I had to mention it as one of my best blind buys. It's a fragrance from my wish list, or maybe I haven't talked about it yet. Maybe it will come out after this video. Yeah, it's possible. Anyways, Trajan from Electimus. Gorgeous, gorgeous scent. Similar to Baccarat Rouge, not the same. Very airy and bright and citrusy kind of Baccarat that smells so much better, so much better. Not too sweet, nothing medicinal in it, more smooth, more rounded, better blended, for me, better performing, just outstanding scent. Again, completely unisex. Both my husband and I love this scent. It's just gorgeous. I've used and abused this one this year. So glad that I decided to risk it and get it, even though you know, this scent profile is tricky for me. Like I said, the original Baccarat Rouge is not my favorite, but this one, outstanding. And yeah, if you don't like Baccarat Rouge, sample this one. You might enjoy it just like I do, because even though they, you know, they're cousins, definitely, but they are quite different. They have a lot of differences to them as well. So Trajan from Electimus is definitely one of my best blind buys this year. Okay, next fragrance. I shared with you in a recent haul, and it was a blind buy, and I do consider it one of my best this year. This is Soma from Noeme. Still don't know how to pronounce it. This is a fruity, sweet spicy, slightly boozy, slightly smoky, slightly woody type of scent. It's again a scent where all the elements are present. Like I can pick out all of these different elements, and yet nothing comes to the forefront. Nothing overshadows the other elements. They're all mixing together. They're all blending. They're all playing together like so nicely, you know? Beautiful scent, beautiful, intoxicating for colder weather. Amazing. I love the punchy, fruity nature of the scent. And I don't even know if there are any fruits in here. You know, I can't remember now. I looked up the notes recently. I don't think I saw any fruity elements in it, but I'm just telling you what I smell, and I smell fruity elements. More specifically, I feel like it's an apple that I'm getting in here. Like not very sour apple, more on the sweet side, but still with a touch of sourness, you know? And then you have that kind of warmth, like ambery, slightly ambery warmth and spiciness. And then you have a little bit of depth provided by the woody notes and a little bit of smokiness, giving it an edge. And like I said, everything together makes it quite special. And I mean, we can't deny the beautiful bottle and unique bottle. Like at first I thought, okay, this cap is kind of strange, but no, when you actually look at it and hold it in your hands, it feels very high quality. It feels very unique. It looks very, very beautiful actually. So yeah, this one is definitely one of my best blind buys. And the last blind buy that I'm going to share with you is my absolute latest blind buy that I have not shared with you in a haul. You know, after I filmed that haul, there were only a couple of fragrances added to my collection, which I'll share with you in the new year. This was one of them. And although I haven't had it for very long, I can honestly say that this was one of my favorite blind buys. Now, again, I was nervous about this one. Why? Well, let me first tell you what it is. This is Ani X from Nishani. I was nervous because the original Ani is one of my OG vanilla scents. I've had it for a long time. I've loved it for a long time. I think it is so, so special. It's a very special vanilla scent. And I know it doesn't work for everyone, but for me, it's a huge winner. And I love it so much. And I was nervous about this one. I wanted to try it. I wanted to sample it first. I couldn't find the sample. And you know, I just thought, okay, I'm just gonna blind buy it. And I was nervous because I thought, okay, if it's too similar to Ani, I'm gonna be disappointed. If it doesn't smell good, like if it's completely different, it has nothing to do with Ani, I'm gonna be disappointed. If they added some notes that ruined the scent, I'm gonna be disappointed. Like in a way, I wanted to be different, but I still wanted to smell good. And I still wanted to have some connection to the original Ani. And I have to tell you, for me, it checks all of these points. It definitely has a connection to Ani, but it's not the same. It is different. They added some notes or they changed some notes. So it does have a slightly different scent to it, but it's good. It's still good. It still works. What I will say about this one, I think, in my opinion, this one is probably more mass appealing than the original Ani because the beautiful vanilla is still here, but overall the scent feels much fresher. Some struggle with the spiciness that you get in an opening of Ani, where you have, what do you have? You have ginger, I think, and you have some citruses, maybe something else, some like green notes. Well, you have freshness in this one, not so much spiciness. I feel like there are more maybe citruses added in here and spiciness is toned down, and the sweetness and thickness of vanilla is kind of diminished. So vanilla is not quite as thick as it is in the original. And so in a way, it's slightly better balanced, you know, that freshness of citruses and kind of lighter, airier quality of vanilla. I hope it makes sense. So in that regard, I think that Ani X is a little bit more mass appealing than the original. Overall, I love this scent just as much as I love the original. Don't ask me to choose. I don't know. I can't. I think for me, when I want something a little bit sweeter and a little bit heavier, I go for the original. When I want something a little bit lighter, a little bit less sweet, I would go for this one. Like, in a way, I think you can think of it this way, you know, Ani X is more for the warmer weather and the original is more for the colder weather, maybe like that. But in general, I love both. I'm glad that I risked it on this one. I think it's beautiful. It's different enough from the original, and yet I still find the connection between this one and the original. So Ani X from Nishane is my last best blind buy of this year. So that's it for this list. I really chose the absolute best, and you know, to be honest, I didn't have that many blind buys this year because the purchasing has diminished drastically. I would love to know what were your best blind buys of this year. Please share with me. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please remember to give me a thumbs up, to subscribe, and to comment, and I will see you soon in the next one. Bye.